He see through y'all.
Yeah, but them Christians, they'll try to break it down, and they'll say like things like in the law, like you can't drink, or it's a sin to lie. But the scriptures, when you read the scriptures, it's like you can drink, but you can't be a drunk.
Yeah.
You can lie, but you can't be a liar. You can't just be a nick. I can lie to a heathen if I want to avoid something.
You got to be, scriptures say, be deceitful but true. Deceivers is true. Now, we did just read that you're not supposed to lie to brothers. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way of supplanting, too. You got righteous supplanting as well.
Yeah.
You know, supplanting. But you can't just blurt out, be a fucking lie. I can't just tell you bold-faced lies, man.
Right.
Just because they don't say thou should not lie, X, Y, and Z, but we just read it in the law that you ain't supposed to lie to your neighbor, man.
Yeah.
Meaning your brothers, your Israelites, but you could be deceived. I could lie to heathen, man.
Yeah, there's a
hey, if I want a day off to work, you think I'm gonna tell Esau that I want a day off? No, I'm gonna say, look, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Fake cough on
You might have to lie to your woman, you know, but it's the difference between being a man that's he's just a liar, you know? He lies about dumb shit all the time. And it's the same thing with the whole begging thing. You may be in a position where you may have to beg, but the scriptures say don't be a beggar. You can drink, but just don't be a drunk, man. Use some balance. You know?
And Christians, they use that, see, you can't get, the first thing, for one thing, alcohol is designed to put you in the spirit. That's why it's called spirits.
Yeah.
When you drink to get nice. The scriptures tell you that, man.
Right.
Drink to be merry. What is that? That make you a little tipsy. Now, being a drunkard is these winos you seeing every 8 o'clock in the morning on the corner with 3 teeth in their mouth, drinking Four Locos, talking shit like they back in the goddamn 60s like they're relevant. No, man, that's a drunk. You ain't, when you to that point, you're through.
Right.
Fall down the street,
still
slipping outside.
And that's the wisdom Yahweh Shai had to come in and break down, because they were just reading the law. No, you can't drink, brother. He's a wine bibber. You know, like, come on, man.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 25. It say, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing.
What is the blood of the grape?
Yeah, it's wine,
man. Drink, man. That's a necessity. Hey,
it's principal things, man.
Go to war,
bro. If you study the ancient, like when you study the Greeks and the Romans, bro, they said the Romans used to drink fucking wine for breakfast, man. They like when you look at some of the ancient artifacts, bro, they had fucking wine kegs of this just for a particular individual, like Caesar or like fucking Nero. That dude, man, he'll literally have. They drink wine for fucking breakfast, man.
They don't drinking no barefoot either.
They was drinking some shit that gets you.
You think
honey, all types of stuff.
You think your house was drinking some cheap shit?
Oh yeah, when he did that miracle.
You
bring that water.
Hey, that shit wasn't costing me goals, man. That was some $100 shit, man.
Hell no.
Hey, one man trainer, they say, yo, man, if I get a glass, shit, $300 shit there, dude.
That was like the top of the line Vikings blood.
Hell
yeah.
Type truck wine.
Yeah, because you got that Viking blood, you got what they call hibiscus wine. It's like a honey in that shit. That shit is delicious.
Yeah, try it,
Yeah, you gotta get going off, man.
Yeah, I gotta try that.
Get your bottle of it, bro.
Yeah. But you think Jake grow a whole vineyard, man, just to eat some raw grapes? No, man. He's making wine, he's making desserts, all kind of shit, man.
And them grapes were big as hell, too.
Yeah, Noah had a vineyard, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, beat this. I got an article. Hey, bro, this gonna blow y'all mind. It says King David, they give a date on it, 970 BC, whatever. It says gave Solomon 1 million talents of silver. So that means that somewhere between 100 million pounds of silver or 50,000 tons of silver. That amazing dollar of silver will be worth $30 to $50 billion today. And recent market closes about $32 an ounce. Bro, that was caked up, man.
Hey, that's silver.
That was just silver.
That's silver, bro. We ain't talking about gold. This is silver, bro.
He said 35 billion.
1 million talents of silver?
Man.
How you think Solomon had the wealth to create the kingdom, man? You think David wasn't getting wealth off fighting? Bro, how much spoils did David collect off fighting war, man?
I was just gonna make that point. He got that on war, man.
Yeah.
Got them riches on war.
Oh, man.
Fucking people up and taking their shit.
Bro, it gets better. It says David also gave Solomon 100,000 talents of gold. That is about 10 million pounds of gold or 5,000 tons of gold. That amazing amount of gold will be worth $276 billion today at $1,700 an ounce.
Bruh. And do you realize, bro, like, man.
I got the lesson on
Yeah.
that.
That's an inheritance
That's
right
an
there,
inheritance,
man.
man.
To one son.
Right, one son, bro.
Wow.
$276 billion
Yeah.
of gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but
And that's an inflation.
Right. And the beautiful part about that precept is because we know the story of Solomon, man.
Yeah.
He basically took that inheritance and he flipped it. How many talents was he going back over to America and grabbing?
But that was the parable of the talents when Yahweh Shai broke down.
Yeah.
When Yahweh Shai broke down the parable of the talents, he was going into the work, of course. But Solomon broke down, he flipped the talents, man.
Yeah.
And then Yahweh Shai came back and reiterated the parable of the talents, man.
Yeah,
That's
kind.
cold blooded how that lines up.
Yeah.
Precept.
Yep, go ahead, bro.
2 Chronicles 1 verse 7. It says, in that night did the Most High appear unto Solomon and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto the Most High, thou wilt show great mercy unto David my father, and has made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Lord Yahweh, power, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. It said, give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people, for who can judge this thy people so great? So here this man is worth billions of dollars, man.
Yeah.
But he asked for the wisdom to rule this people and do the right thing with it. That's the same thing with us.
Yeah.
We say before honor comes humility.
Right.
Hey,
We got,
brother,
go ahead.
he didn't ask for riches either.
Yep.
He didn't ask for it.
I'm gonna read this verse. 2 Chronicles 1 verse 11. And the Most High said to Solomon, because this was in thy heart, thou hast not asked for riches, wealth, or honor, nor life of thine enemies. Neither yet has asked for long life, but has asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people over whom I made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee.
Right.
And I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, and such as none of the kings which have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the like.
That's right.
Hey, that's it, man.
That's it, man. Because hey, you really need wisdom dealing with Jake, man.
Right.
You got because when you deal with Jake, you're dealing with every kind of personality there is.
Right.
Right. And Jake is a fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially when there's money involved.
Oh yeah. And shit, proving Yahweh Shai was rich. This is the book of Matthew, the 2nd chapter, and I'm gonna start at verses 11. It says, and when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child, Mary, his mother, fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they sent unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh, man.
Yeah.
So he was already decked, man.
Right.
Lord he wasn't just some bum. He was rich. He was very wealthy.
Yeah.
But he gave that all up to live among the poor to teach Jake. But
Right.
even then, he was still a carpenter. And
Yeah.
a carpenter in those days, he was getting some money, man.
Right.
They depend on everything. Even today, that's still a lucrative position.
They showed you in that scene in the Passion of the Christ. I think he was like building tables and shit, chopping like down some wood. He was building,
Yeah.
You know, he was all fine tuning and shit. You know,
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai had a job, man.
Yeah, and that's a sign of a righteous man. Because when you read Matthew, the 1st chapter, that whole genealogy, that's the royal house of Judah. Those men do not have to work at all.
At all.
But as a man, when you're a king, you learn a couple things. You learn to trade and you learn how to fight. Because for when those times come, that's how you knew that stock was a righteous stock.
Well, and in order to be a king too, you got to learn every office. Hey, when you're a king, you gotta learn every office too, man.
Yeah.
You gotta know the office of a servant. You have to know every office.
Yeah, how money works, how everything.
And you ain't just gonna be a king like when David, when Solomon was anointed king. You better believe that he had to know every office he had to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, he had to be taught X, Y, and Z. Well, the Lord gave him the wisdom, of course. But most men, they have to be taught their offices, man.
Okay.
You know, you work with somebody that's worked next to the king prior, and they build you up. Just like when you look at the Batman series, Bruce Wayne was an heir to the throne from Thomas Wayne and his family, right?
Yeah.
But who taught Bruce Wayne the ropes outside of his father? Alfred.
Yeah.
Because Alfred was neck and neck. That was like his father's right-hand man, man.
Right.
And he understood the business, so he gave his son the game. You know?
Yeah, you looking.
This is why we say that the 2/3 got to be reset, man.
Yeah.
You can't bring niggas into the kingdom and bestow all the gifts to them, but it'll be ruined.
Right.
The riches only stay preserved with Israel is when everybody's righteous.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the point.
These niggas be fighting over, they be trying to come. Hey, this nigga got 1 million acres of land and you want to come and shit on your shit, man.
Right, right.
Throw some trash on your land. Like, wait a minute, bro. How do you even get to my land? You got all this and you over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
hey, that's what it was with Abraham and Lot. You know, they servants was fighting each other. They was rich, but you know they had issues with each other's service. So he say, "Look, I'm gonna go this way. You go that way."
Yeah. Con.
Because they was on some nigga shit, man.
It had to, yeah, it had to be like that.
They was flexing on each other, man.
Yeah. That's why I say a gift destroyed the heart, man. You give a nigga nothing he didn't earn it. It's same like King Solomon, man. Like he had the spirit of learning. He still is curious. He went about studying the scriptures, and the same thing with during the time of Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
He still went out and learned a skill, man.
Well, the scriptures say, well, all they get understanding, but all they get understanding, man. So, you know, you got to continue to increase your knowledge some way, somehow.
Right. You watch that show Game of Thrones.
Well, she's cold as hell, man. It's stupid, man. Why would you come outside like that?
Claiming in the white.
Attention.
I claim in the one in the white, brother.
You watch that show Game of Thrones. You had certain kings that were willing to fight. You had certain kings, they were just bitch ass niggas. They just want to stay in the palace all day, give orders to other men. But when shit hit the fan, they got scared. Them troops was knocking them. They got scared, man. And a king is supposed to have a mind. You don't just take the good shit of being a king. You got to go out there and fight when it's need to. You gotta serve your people. You know. And that's one of the reasons King David was chosen, man. He had already was showing indicators of serviceable, how to serve and protect the flock. You know, not just inherit a bunch of money, inherit a bunch of gold,
and just fuck it off.
Yeah.
That's what Esau do.
Bro. Yeah, David had bread. And he gained all that money, man.
That's what Esau got rich and abandoned his own people, man.
Yeah.
And that proves that if you're a man of war, you're supposed to be well off for life, man. You're supposed to be well off for life. Hey, David had the bag. David wasn't no poor man. But you know why? Another thing too, why it was so humbling when he became king. Because when Samuel called him over there, what was he doing? He was tending to the sheep. Yeah. And the sheep represents Israel, man. Yeah. Because our people are fucking slow, man. If you tell Jake to stand in front of a moving car, they'll do it, man.
Right.
Especially if you got influential power, Jake could do it. That's why the scripture says that sheep is led to the slaughter.
Right.
Jake is just overall ignorant, man. They don't seek any additional knowledge or try to gain. They just stay stagnant, man.
Yeah, hey, remember the purge party?
Yeah.
The purge party, that's Jake.
Yeah, and Esau was on the screen like, they're partying.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the most dangerous night in America.
Right.
And niggas at a purge party getting it.
Esau
Hey,
bouncing that shit.
but this is Israelites we talking about, man.
Yeah.
Jake don't take nothing serious till his blood coming. And that's, hey, we can't wait for that fucking day, man.
Yeah.
Cause you niggas play around way too much. Everything a joke. Everything gotta have a fucking mean to it.
Yeah.
All right, when your grandma die, your fucking baby mama get killed by a martial art troop, you gonna know it's serious, man.
Hey, give me that precept in Apocalypse when it says a fool lifted up his voice with laughter, but a righteous man scarcely smiled a little. Because you know what, man? People say that, you know, we got the austere face. Well, we are austere men, man. You know, we smile, we joke, but initially you look at us like, man, these guys look stern as hell. Yeah, we stern. Because we know that this fucking place is vexing. You know? It's vexing and it's a goddamn joke, but the joke ain't funny. You know? You got Jake that walk around like, you know one thing about a nigga and a nigga woman? They always want to be entertained, man.
Right.
They always like comedy. If you ask an average Jake what they like to watch on TV, it's going 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be folly, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be folly. Oh, I like comedy, I like love and romance.
Right.
You know?
Or they be straight bullshitting, man.
Yeah.
You have niggas dying, bro. And all Jake will do is fucking pull out a camera and video record.
Yeah.
That nigga PNB Rock, that nigga got killed at the Chicken and Waffles.
Jake.
Ain't nobody try to help him.
Nah.
They pulled out the phone and said World Star.
Yeah, World Star.
Didn't do no CPR, nothing. Just
Man.
man. Didn't try to stop the bleeding. He gone.
Esau be crying. Oh my God, they call 911.
Yeah.
You think Esau gonna let one of his own bleed out?
Nah.
He gonna call 911.
They're not gonna let you record it either. They're gonna say turn that fucking camera off. Shit
Right.
Like that.
Right.
In front of you, man. Like I remember, I don't know who this guy was. He may have been some Panamanian cat or some other kingdom cat, but he slept one nigga, bro, and took his gun, and then Jake making fun of the dude that got knocked out. So he slept your ass, man, like stupid shit.
Yeah.
You got knocked the fuck out, nigga, you know.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 21, verse 20. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter.
Yeah, that's always a nigga that never take nothing serious, man. He's always want to be entertained. They always want to smile and joke. And don't get it twisted. We like jokes. We like to laugh, you know, among our own selves and stuff like that. You even watch shit on TV for entertainment at times, but that's all Jake is all about. You know, you got to take a bitch to a comedy show. Yeah, this supposed to be your woman, but you got to take her to a comedy show so she can laugh and get wet for another nigga. That's all you gotta be with a woman that's funny, man. And she gonna like you. And to show you how out of balance that is, it could be 5 niggas and 5 bitches, right? And let's just say, out of the 5 niggas, one of them is funny. All 5 of them bitches
they gonna like
go
you,
after the one nigga. And not comprehend the other 4 men need women.
Right. That's right. It says, but a wise man doth scarce smile a little.
A wise man, why is that? Because he understands the situation he's in.
Right.
He has what they call, he access the situation. You know, you scope in, you accessing something. You come in the spot, you get a vibe for it, and then, you know, you on alert.
Right.
That's right.
Right. And women are very good at sussing that out too. You walk into a public bar or any place, the man that walks in with the most stoic face, those women see you, they mark you. Now they may not come up to you, but if all hell breaks loose, they know the men in the room that have wisdom or stoicism.
That's right, man. Because when you're quiet, you're usually thinking in deep thought about something. You know, so a man that's wise, wisdom requires using your fucking mind.
Yeah.
You know? So you're always thinking about what's gonna happen. You're more aware of your surroundings. If you're too busy of joking and laughing all the goddamn time jolly, you're the one that's gonna get caught with a haymaker behind your head, man, not paying attention.
Yeah.
You know?
And cracking jokes for these women, man, just to impress them. Well, that's a fool's errand, bro. Like, there's nothing you can say to a woman that's gonna make her faithful, that's gonna turn her righteous, man. And me personally, bro, I'm not a fucking jester. If I want to crack a joke, I'll crack a joke because I feel like it.
You say we tripping? Hey, if you don't repent, most I gonna kill you.
Hey, you a damn demon, nigga. Hey, come out. Hey, come
If you don't repent, the most I gonna kill you, man.
Kill you and everybody in that car.
Talk about y'all niggas tripping.
Hey.
All right, nigga.
Get your ass out of here, man. Hey, your teeth tripping, nigga.
See, that's what we saying. Jake think everything funny.
Lord, always
Bro, the prophets is the most serious thing on the planet Earth right now.
Hey, honestly speaking,
man,
we ain't gotta respond to that madness.
Hey,
we do it to egg them niggas on. We
I
don't
saw that nigga, man.
Is that nigga that came up last time?
No.
Oh, that's another nigga.
Hey, y'all niggas
So
is tricky.
Kansas City ain't got no shortage of niggas like that driving by.
that guy.
Yeah.
All because you see a picture of white Jesus, your God, that sets you off.
Y'all
Triggered,
niggas
automatic.
tricky.
You can't have enough common sense to use wisdom like we just went into to look at the sign next to it. We're clearly stating he looks like your dumb ass.
Because it's a stupid nigga, man. That nigga smell like weed, got boogers in his nose. Nigga look like, hey, you remember that movie Class Act? Look like that nigga Wedge, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga talking about y'all just tripping.
But
Okay.
he only do it because it's us, man. If these are some fucking crackers out here, man. He wouldn't have said shit.
He wouldn't
man.
say shit.
Right.
He would have just drove by, man.
Right.
What nigga like him ain't gonna be alive?
Nah, he's low level.
He's a low level.
That nigga
Lord, he probably been locked up before the month is over. He been dead before the month is over.
Yeah, in the purge, he was the nigga at the party that died in one of the first scenes, man.
Yeah.
Lord's
Early
will.
on.
Lord's will, he died tonight.
Yeah,
Lord's will.
He might get high and drunk, get mad because they scored a touchdown on the cheap. Nigga may shoot his own dick off, man.
Yeah.
and that troll in a passenger seat ain't gonna beat your ass. Man.
Yeah.
But I got a precept. This is the book of Proverbs 4.
You gotta get the fuck out of here.
Who is
That
that?
ain't no damn sense.
Jamie Lee.
That look like some nigga, man.
I look like a nigga.
That's a straight dude. He look like George Michael nephew, man.
You gotta suffer this shit, man.
Yeah.
Some reprobate backwards nigga look like a woman with a cigarette in their hand, man.
Yeah.
Who's calling that madness
Got
out?
a short shorts
Hey,
and a jacket on, man.
that
What kind of
nigga-
sense do that make?
That nigga will work HR and say you fired.
It's cold as shit. It's raining. It's just starting to snow. What the fuck? Madness, man. This is why we know we in Babylon.
Well, this is the problem. See, this is the book of Proverbs 3, and I'm going to start at verses 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Jake ain't got no wisdom, man.
Yeah.
That's why he come by and scoff at the sign, because that's what egged him on. He saw a white Jesus. You know, and he started talking that shit. I think didn't he have a white bitch in the car with him? Look like in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I didn't see he was in the
Yeah,
passenger.
it looked
I
like
just
he
saw
had
that nigga.
some crack pot in the seat with
That
him.
goofy ass face.
With them dusty ass dreads, man. All right. And it says, for the merchandise is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof of fine gold. Okay, talking about wisdom, which you niggas ain't got. That's why you mad at the men of the Lord, man. And yeah, you can call us dumb, you can say we tripping, but we gonna see how much you tripping when the Most High come and eviscerate your ass. I'm gonna tell you like this,
That's
man.
right.
98% of you niggas in Kansas City are gonna die, man.
That's right.
All right?
Right.
And we with, hey, look,
Time.
we with the Lord's judgment. The Lord is gonna bring a heavy judgment upon this city, and 98.9% of you fucking niggas in this city are gonna be put to death, man.
That's right.
All right, and deservingly so. Because you a bunch of slow bellies, you don't serve a purpose.
Yeah.
You all out of fucking order, you effeminate,
Docile.
dusty as hell. You the only niggas in the goddamn country that wear the same goddamn color shirt and goddamn pants, man.
And the socks.
And the socks. See a nigga with a brown do-rag, a brown starter cap, a brown shirt, some Gen X, and some fucking brown Dickies, man. And some work boots.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, if you don't get your ass out of the 80s, 90s, man.
Just like a prison uniform.
All right? And it says here, she is more precious than rubies, and all things that thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her, man. And that's the reason why we're out here teaching, because the Lord has imparted to our understanding the words of the Heavenly Father, man. Not you clowns. Because you don't have a clue as to what we're about for you to make a call like that. We tripping.
Right.
Well, I pray that the Most High fold you up in that damn vehicle you call a car later on, man. All right? Proverbs 4, and I'm going to start at verses 1. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend unto the understanding.